If you like this video, click on that subscribe button and be notified of more great ideas. I'm trying to resolve a problem with my arbor press. Let's say I want to press something. Well, this thing here, this handle, I can move it around and around to any position I want. But once you get to, let's say, this position, and you're holding something in this hand that you want to press, then you need to let go of things and undo this. And when I do that, the bar would slide down, fall to that position, and the rubber cap would probably come off and the bar would fall on the floor. And that's what I'm trying to resolve. So I've come up with what I think might be a solution for this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out of here for starters. And got it out. What I'd like to do is drill a hole in here, put a little spring in the hole, put a little ball on top of the spring, and then make it so the ball stays in there. That way I'll have a fit that I can just give it a little tug and it'll come loose, and if I don't want it to fall out of here at any position, I can just slide it back and the retainer ball will enter this slot and stop it from doing that. So that's the project that I've got going. Now I've decided not to use the original screw out of that hole with the little tab on it there. I have found another piece that fits that thread perfectly. That's a 10mm thread. And I have found myself a 3/16 ball bearing. So what I've done is I put this, well, first of all I cut the head off. This was a bolt. I put this in the lathe, I center drilled it, and I used a 3/16 drill to drill a hole in here. I had to figure out how far to drill the hole. So my next problem was to find, and I could only find a very short one. I don't know if you can see that or not. That's a very short spring, but it is 3/16 of an inch in diameter and should fit into the hole. So I have now a 3/16 ball bearing and a 3/16 spring. And when I put these together, I got a length, approximate length that I would need. We want to be a little short of that total length because you want some spring action on it. I drilled a 3/16 hole in here, the appropriate depth according to my calculations. And the spring and the ball bearing don't fit. And that's because it's pretty hard to put a 3/16 bearing into a 3/16 hole. So I looked up a number 12 drill in the number drills box. It is a few thousandths bigger. So I just slid that number 12 drill into the hole to my calculated depth. And now I have a hole that the spring will fit into, like so. And the ball fits in like so. Now there's not enough spring tension on this. Well, rather too much spring tension, I'm sorry. So I got to go just a little bit deeper, and I'm going to take it over to the lathe right now and just put it a tad deeper so that the center line of the ball will compress right into the threaded portion here. Alright, I think I've got a depth at which this will work. I've got the spring in here, put the ball on top, and we are sitting above the center line on the ball. But when I take a flat piece of material and push on that ball, it does go way below center of the ball. So I'm thinking that's probably going to work for me. The one thing to note is that this end, the end of the threaded portion here, should be nice and flat, faced off very nice and flat. In fact, I've ground my end flat. And that's going to help when we go to the next step. In order to get that ball to stay in the hole, we'll need a peen punch. I may have included that in another video that I've done, and I'm not sure about that, but I'll make a point of doing a video on just making these peen punches. The end of this punch, there's a hole in it, and that hole is drilled with a number 13 drill, which is 2.5 thousandths smaller than the 187.5 or 3/16 ball bearing that we're going to use. The whole thing has been hardened. It's quite hard. And there is a small rim around the top here that is going to displace the metal at the top of the hole and stop the ball bearing from coming out of the hole. So we're going to use this right now. We're going to use the, we'll see if we can't do it on the press itself. If not, we're going to have to smack it with a hammer. It'd be nice if it works on the press. All right, here we go. This is usually where the ball bearing falls out and rolls somewhere where it'll never be found. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Put this right on top of here. Now it would be nice if I had this already, because here, this thing's going to fall out if I don't watch it. So we're pretty close to lined up there. It seems to work. Nope, it came loose. Okay, we're going to use a hammer on this. And try this again with the hammer. Being careful not to lose the ball. Yeah, we'll see if that works. And try to get that ball to go in and out, hopefully on the camera lens. It's moving in and out, and it's not coming out. All right, we've installed our new bolt in here with the ball spring action, and I've tightened it just enough so that it moves, but not by itself. And when you push it in all the way to this, the undercut here, you can hear it. It locks in. And it's in there nice and tight. You want it out, you just pull on it, but it doesn't fall out. Looks good. All that remains now is to put some kind of a handle on the end of here, and we're ready to go. Now this handle is a little bit on the long side. After I'm finished the video, I think I'll just shorten it up to somewhere around in here somewhere. Ought to work. But this, I'm trying to hold the camera here, and I'll loosen that off, tighten this just hopefully enough so that it doesn't fall out, and you can hear it snap in. There it goes. All done.